Here's some genuinely good news. Although a BBC report about Aldi giving its workers 2 pay rises during the current calendar year has missed the point. The big deal isn't that they're getting 2 uplifts within 12 months, it's that the rise in April will mean they receive more than the so-called real living wage, the amount that would ensure that recipients would not need to rely on benefits as well as pay in order to survive. In fairness, the report does demonstrate this, although without making it explicit. Let's straighten it out. I quote, "The Budget supermarket will pay its store assistants £13.50 per hour from April, just a month after an increase is due to take effect in March. Staff in London will be paid £14.88. Both rates increase with length of service. Some employers voluntarily pay a higher rate called the real living wage, which is calculated by the Living Wage Foundation, a charity. The current real living wage is £13.45. In contrast, the legal minimum wage will rise to £12.71 an hour in April 2026. Little staff will be paid £13.45 or £14.80 in London from 1st of March, until Aldi's announcement of a second wage hike. This made Lidl the highest paying supermarket in the UK outside of London." The article goes on to name supermarkets that are also raising their wages, but not by as much. John Lewis shop staff, including those working in Waitrose, will receive a pay rise on 1st of April, bringing their hourly rate to £13.25 or £14.80 in London. Sainsbury's has also announced a pay rise, bringing its rate to £13.23 and £14.54 for London workers. That's the BBC. More and more UK businesses are committing to paying the real living wage, but it's still a voluntary standard rather than a legal requirement. More than 16,000 UK employers are currently accredited by the Living Wage Foundation as paying the real living wage to their directly employed staff, while many also commit to paying it to regular contracted staff like cleaners and security. This includes organisations across private, public and charity sectors. These accredited employers range from global brands to local small businesses, and they cover a significant number of jobs. Estimates suggest hundreds of thousands of workers benefit directly. Accredited employers include big names such as IKEA, Aviva, and major cultural and public institutions. Even so, many UK workers are still paid below the real living wage, and numerous employers haven't signed up, so growth is ongoing. Being an accredited living wage employer means a business has pledged to pay all eligible staff at least the real living wage. It is voluntary, so big companies like Aldi paying real living wage levels, even without accreditation, represents a broader shift in wage standards, but formal accreditation puts them in an identifiable group. The Living Wage Foundation model is deliberately reputational. Accreditation creates a visible badge of moral credibility. That automatically raises the question, if company X can do it, why can't you? This is especially powerful when a company is highly profitable. It markets itself as ethical or community-minded. It operates in a sector where competitors are paying the real living wage, and its executives are highly paid. Once some major players move, the non-payers start to look like outliers rather than normal practice. We've seen this before. When firms like IKEA and parts of the John Lewis partnership embraced real living wage principles, it increased pressure on rivals. Supermarkets are particularly exposed because they operate on brand trust and thin margins while generating significant turnover. On the other hand, some employers argue that margins are too tight, especially in retail and hospitality. Whether that's structurally true or a choice about profit distribution is political. Many firms quietly raise wages without seeking accreditation, precisely to avoid external leverage. Aldi cannot be said to have done it quietly, but the fact that it has done it at all raises questions about other supermarket chains. What about Tesco? To get other employers to join up, it works best when tied to something concrete: executive pay ratios, dividend payouts, shareholder returns. If a company is distributing hundreds of millions to shareholders while refusing to pay the real living wage, that contrast is sharp and hard to defend. The interesting shift in the Aldi example is competitive framing. Aldi is not presenting this as charity, but as sector leadership, the highest pay in the sector. That reframes the debate from moral appeal to market standard. Once that framing sticks, non-payers are no longer merely making a different choice, they're behind the market. And the contrast between supermarket profits and frontline wages is highly emotive at this time. It connects directly to concerns that people across the UK are being crushed by bills. Where do you shop? And if it's somewhere that doesn't pay the real living wage, are you sure you want to shop there again?